like this. I like the. I like what's behind me. I should have a bookcase behind me, like they do in the.
Yeah, news.
They're in the like on the news and stuff. Are we recording now? Are we on?
Yeah, we're recording. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start with that. Now, that was the beginning of Greg saying he should belong behind a bookshelf.
Greg looks like he's about to talk about the Major League Baseball lockout.
I know nothing about it, but I'll let you take that away.
No, we're not going to talk about that. Greg looks like he's about to talk about that because of all the shit in the background.
I know. I assume that's where you're going with it.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about that. You know what we're going to talk about today? The real issues.
Yes.
We're on air now, right?
No, I'm pre-recording it. I'm going to edit it together and upload it in a few hours.
Oh, so but are you? Has the podcast began? That's what I'm asking.
Yes, it has.
Okay, you should have told me because I
did twice.
I could be spewing racism because I'm very comfortable. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
that and making grammatical errors.
Yeah,
right. I gotta take off my glasses.
Last episode, Greg was talking about how big a fan he is of broadcasting.
Yes.
Right. That was an analytical take on broadcasting. And you know what? This isn't professional because I don't think Zoom is actual broadcasting, Matteo.
Oh.
No. Trust me. I have software, OBS, combined with Premiere. It'll make it so tight.
Because you're a podcast warrior. That's why. I kind of like this. Is kind of I like doing this like this because we're not all in the same room. I don't think we're gonna be talking over each other as much.
We're probably not.
So I just hope it's an exciting podcast for everyone. And also, I hate talking into a phone like this because
I know you do. I do as well.
I look like a weird TikToker who's like about to do some weird character shit.
I agree. So we're going to talk about that later. I'm not talking about Ukraine and Russia. I'm talking about the SAG Awards.
Are we gonna have this guest on?
He canceled. He texted me 2 minutes like I can't do it.
What?
Yeah, I know.
What did he cancel? What did I cancel on a show on him too?
No, it's like weird. Like I contacted their party leader and who I know, and she was like, "Yeah, I'll get you someone from the organization to discuss this. Who's really like in depth and like has credentials." He's like, she was like, "Can you send him and me the podcast link?" He's done a few shows like this before in Britain that are really obnoxious, so he might have the person I have in mind. Who was giving me the information was like, "Yeah, he might do it." I get a text from her like he won't do it. Whatever.
Why won't he do the show? He turned it down.
He turned. No, he initially responded in the text thread on Twitter saying, "Yeah, he would do it." And I don't know. He just tapped out last minute, and which is weird because the guy did up like local comedy like of Jason podcast in London. So I don't understand why ours would have been just as like a turnoff.
Wait, so hold on. So he turned down the show because he didn't want to do the show, or was he like, "Oh, something came up, I'm too busy to do it"?
The latter. Something was too busy. Yeah.
It was too busy. Okay, then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He lived to see another day. But
so then after that, the leader of the organization and party contacted me privately and said, "We can rearrange him to come back on a future date, but you have to give us at least 2 weeks in advance."
Oh no, that's not what we wanted. We just wanted him to come on the Zoom show.
Right.
Yeah. Whatever.
Spice it up.
All this like parties and because I read the message, I was like, these people may kill us if we make fun of them.
No, they're used to ridicule from other parties.
Yeah. Commies.
Yeah.
Can't trust them.
Anyway, do you want to give you want me to? I have many hot takes I have not heard in the media. Should I give them now?
Give them away. Give them away. Let's see.
For one thing, the Putin Ukraine invasion vindicates and validates one thing about Putin. Before that, every shady thing Russia did was deniable of causality. Like there was enough atmosphere that you couldn't blame it strictly on Putin. But the way he lied about the invasion, then like it completely annihilates that narrative of Putin being around like killing and assassinating critics, stopping parties, all like you got what I'm saying.
No, I don't get what you're saying. What are you talking about?
The way how the structure of Russia society works, half of it's public government, half of it's private industry. The direct split between private and public is so narrow, but it's so prominent the way how people present it that you can be a privately owned company have your own narrative for Russia, but not being lined in lockstep with Putin-ism with a government, let's say, own news agency.
Hey, did you see the president of Ukraine play the piano with his penis?
When was this?
Did you see that video?
No.
Oh, you never seen that?
No.
Oh shit! I mean, if you want to pull it up,
I could later. I don't really want to disturb.
Don't do it now, but you should watch that.
I'll definitely pull it up
because he was a former comedian and his.
I know. I remember he did an Evan Weiss show and he was on it once.
No, get out of here.
Yeah, Broadway, like 5 years ago.
What did he bring? All of Ukraine to get on that show?
I don't even know, man. It was a weird night, but I know the audience was heavily Eastern European that night.
Well, last week we did a show for all Ukrainian people.
Where was that?
Yeah,
that was like a bar in New Jersey.
Weird, interesting.
I don't know where, like Patterson or some shit, and it was all Ukrainian people, and I'm like, what the fuck? What type of gig is this? But it was a great audience. They were.
But shouldn't you people be fighting for your country right now?
They already are.
Time for laughter.
Anyway, yeah.
I couldn't even talk about half the shit because I don't want to offend anyone.
I wouldn't offend them. I stand in solidarity with our Ukrainian.
At this point, everyone has to like.
We have to.
It's like so demonstrably like wrong what Putin did. There's no justifying it. You can technically in the past justify in weird ways Russia and the Soviet Union taking Afghanistan, but this has no redeeming qualities to it.
Matteo, when you get like a little drunk, right? I've noticed like last week that you resemble a young Vladimir Putin.
I try to, but I don't want to be as much of an evil fuck.
I think he looks facially. I think he looks more like Iranian president.
Which one? The Iranian one?
No, Ukrainian one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've gotten that the last few days on Twitter from random trolls.
You look like the Zelensky? Is that his name?
Yeah, Zelensky. Yeah, it's his name. I don't know the rest of his name. Yeah,
he's the piano player with the penis piano player guy.
Yep.
And then the former president. He's out there, right? And the former
Petro. He keeps going in and out.
Yeah, Petro. Yeah, he was voted out for being too corrupt.
Yeah.
Right. He's in the streets. He's with an AK-47. He's like ready to.
That's what's bad about Petra. He wasn't lined with far right, hard right coalitions, which proves the narrative correct to Putin, even though it's wrong, of Ukrainian fascism. He's
taking people with AK. He's taking pictures with people. He has an AK-47.
Correct. Correct gun. I like how you knew your gun. It was a Russian gun.
Fucking know my guns.
Okay.
I'm a red-blooded.
Anyway,
he keeps going in and out. It
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People know what he's saying visually in the video of it.
Oh, okay, fine.
I keep going in and out.
Yeah, but it's fine. I can fix it. Yeah.
You were like, I know my guns, and then
I got to be careful.
I'm a red blood. That's what happened.
Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, I saw the Petro guy in the streets with an AK-47.
Yeah.
Do you think if that happened here in the United States, Bill Clinton would be in the streets with an AK-47 and a militia?
Honestly, yeah, because he did it with Kuwait and Saddam. Sort of.
He was in the streets?
No, he wasn't in the streets, but he played the same ball game.
Wait, what are you talking about? Bill Clinton, I said.
Yeah,
Kuwait
Bill Clinton.
Happened under Bill Clinton. What, in the 99 you're talking about? Maybe
there were two invasions of Saddam. There was one under George Bush. There was one under Bill Clinton. And then one under George W. Bush.
Bush Sr.
Yeah, George Bush, Bill Clinton, and George W. Bush all invaded after Saddam.
Nah, all right.
Yeah, the one with Bill Clinton, there were technicalities, and it was like a 4-month operation.
But that's kind of badass that the leader of the Ukraine is literally in streets with a gun and a militia.
There were several leaders who did that in the 20th century.
The former leader.
Yeah,
not this comedian leader. He's hiding in a bunker.
That's not what's going on. He's actually
he's in the streets with guns. Like if you watch CNN, he's fighting.
Know what he's talking about, what?
Anyway,
I'm talking about the piano player with his penis.
No, you're wrong. He's in the streets.
He's in the streets now. Guns. He came out of the bunker this morning.
Now he is. Where was he the last week? It's probably practically.
He only invaded 2 days ago. Give the man some time.
Like 3 days.
Yeah. Well, maybe less playing piano with his penis and more fighting.
I don't even know how you could do that. You have to, like, in my imagination, have to tie a string around it.
That's I think he did.
But he did. He probably has a giant hog on him.
Okay, no, that's not what I mean. I meant like to manipulate it to move. To quit, like he had to use like a string, like a ventriloquist doll or a marionette.
It's a great bit. I suggest everyone should check it out.
Where's it on? Is it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube.
Good, check it out.
It's right also. Did you know this about him? Greg, shut up.
Right.
Shut up. You know this about him, that he's also like the Ryan Seacrest of Ukraine.
I knew that. Yeah, totally. I knew that because I read about him a while back. Yeah.
Show. And his show mirrored his real life, his television show, where he was the character becomes the president of Ukraine.
Yeah.
And then in real life, it happened. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Ryan Seacrest being the president of the United States?
That'd be hilarious.
Now, it happened with Trump. It probably happened with him.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
No, you go. No, you go.
You go. You first.
Oh, I was going to say that.
I was going to.
What were you going to say? I was going to say that Donald J. Trump will call for a Muslim ban. Wasn't even president.
He's just starting trouble now. He's just like,
I know.
I would bomb them all. It's
I'm gonna bomb Moscow, and then he just goes, I'm gonna bomb Beijing.
Which is weird because he also today praised Putin too, which is like pick a side.
Mm-hmm. What's going on with Tucker Carlson, and why is he?
He's supporting Putin.
Yeah, why does he keep regurgitating Russian propaganda?
I honestly don't know, and most of the Fox anchors aren't doing it. It's pretty much at this point only him.
It's just Tucker Carlson.
Yeah,
just going on about fucking Russian propaganda.
Which I think long term they might fire him over that.
I think if this thing were to escalate,
yeah, exactly, they would fire him. Yeah,
potential world war. Some of the things he has said of late will not age very well.
No, they won't.
Yeah. I mean, I watch the news and stuff.
Yeah.
It's weird that in America we dealt with all these culture wars over the past 4 or 5 years.
6, 7, maybe.
Maybe longer than that. You're right.
Yeah.
And also we dealt with the pandemic, right? The past 2 years.
4.
And now
2. Yeah, 2. Feels like 4.
Past 2 years. And now that there's a potential threat of a possible world war. That stuff is kind of slowly going away because now we know what actually matters, and it's peace.
Yeah, no, but COVID, the virus is getting weaker and also more contagious. I was watching a whole documentary about this from the Discovery Channel yesterday.
Okay.
It's like viruses, it's really just like they're not made from like elements of like genes, like every living organism. They're made from like chemicals of biomaterial mushing together under pressure, which they think they haven't proven yet. So like,
remember that crazy German doctor?
Which one?
The one from 2 years ago who was like, the virus is not what everyone thinks it is.
No, enlighten me, Rob. Enlighten me.
I don't remember the guy's name. His name was Adolf Eichmann or something like that.
Are you serious?
Like, I don't remember. It's something German guy.
Okay.
The virus is not bad. It's not a bad virus.
Greg?
It's barely contagious. We must eradicate the children.
Didn't that guy die?
The German doctor? I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. I saw an article of it recently, like a few months ago. I don't know. Like, I didn't read it.
I think what happened to that German doctor, how he died was he hit his head on a headboard.
Right.
Bumped his head. And then he went to sleep immediately after. And then he never woke up again.
What
they call that
a headboard, like on a bed, right?
Yeah, he was in a hotel and he hit his head. And then
how fucking drunk do you think he was?
You know what they call that these days? They call that a hot saget.
Why hot saget?
because that's how the police think Bob Saget died.
Bob Saget. Oh, the comedian. Yeah. I was thinking. Sorry.
How do you think he actually died?
I don't know. I was thinking by accident the guy who died from the whitest kid you know.
He just how did he committed suicide, didn't he?
I honestly, that's what they say. I don't think that's the full story because in the whitest kid you know, he's had 3 different skits about erotic asphyxiation, and he just happened to be near a tree when he died.
Damn. You think he got fucking hereditary? He was just out the window?
No, I think he like hung himself while jerking off by accident.
Oh, pervert. That's a pervert move.
Well, that's just my theory because the way the article described it, his wife drove into the driveway, saw him standing next to a tree, and he has 3 sketches around that topic in his show, The Whitest Kid You Know.
How do you think Bob Saget died?
I don't know. I assumed it was just a heart attack.
Well, that's not true. They're not saying that anymore.
They're not? Okay, wow.
Yeah,
they're saying it's like beaten, like as if he was like beaten up by a fucking guy with a baseball bat.
Got beat up by the bookies, I think.
I don't know.
I think he probably owed a lot of money.
I think I agree, but also I don't understand why would they cover that up. I guess they're protecting someone. I guess I don't know.
Probably. I know we said in the Artie Lang show a few months ago, the podcast Halfway House. He said he was still a degenerate gambler.
Oh, so he's admitted to being a degenerate gambler.
Yeah, he admitted it. Well, now that you bring it up, I remembered it, but like, I didn't think that the full picture.
Dude, that's what it is.
We don't know. We don't have evidence. That might be it. That's just one hypothesis.
By fucking bookies and loan sharks.
That's one hypothesis.
No, I'm going to say it as factual. That I think he was beaten up by some strong men hired by the casinos.
They do that.
Of course they do that. It's ridiculous. And the fucking police are covering it up. It's like nobody cares.
Where did he die? Like what state?
I forget. Miami, Florida?
I think it was Florida. Yeah, it was Florida.
Yeah. I think it's funny because is there anything more unnecessary than Bob Saget's death being mysterious? You know?
Yeah, I totally agree with that one.
Well, you know what though? I'll tell you why. Maybe because like we're trying to legalize gambling across 50 states, and they don't want a negative story like that attached to gambling.
Very true. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good, but also I think you kind of know when you're gambling that there's terrible repercussions.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. But having to sit down and watch 80 episodes of Fuller House.
Right. Was he on the Fuller House though? Right.
Yeah, he was. He was on Full House.
Yeah, it was on the second one, the sequel, Fuller House too. For like a couple of episodes.
Did those fucking Olsen twins? Did they put out a comment on Bob Saget?
I don't believe so. I'm not sure.
No, they were at the funeral. They were there.
I know they were at the funeral, but I don't know if they put any statement.
They were at the funeral, and they did post. They did skip out on the post diner part.
Yeah,
because they don't like to eat. Those girls, they hate to eat.
Yeah.
See, in the room, that would have done better because I would have had. But now I have to look at you guys. And
no, the audience will laugh.
I don't think so. I kind of fucked that up. I pulled a hot Saget.
Ooh,
that's a good one. That is a good one.
Yeah.
Matteo's trying to be encouraging after your joke bombed.
No, I know. I can add in laugh tracks.
You know what though?
Don't do that.
Jokes bomb.
Greg, you're going in and out. You're going in and out, Greg.
On this show, when jokes bomb, we should give each other.
We let them air because we air our mistakes, as you always said.
Of course.
I'm tired of this positivity bullshit. Right. If I'm funny, you guys give it to me.
You're going in and out.
Yeah, I know.
You're going in.
Like Clockwork Orange.
Am I really going in and out?
Yeah, audio-wise. It might not pick up.
How am I doing?
You're fine. You're perfect, baby.
So Matteo, you're using a laptop, right?
Yeah.
I'm using a laptop as well.
I'm using my new
iPhone. Yeah.
So
you keep going in and out. Yeah, you suck at Zoom podcasting.
No, like in the video, people will get the context, and the audio, people will just like tune out for 2 seconds.
Yeah, well, here's the thing with this episode is more of like we're kind of doing a state of the world address.
Yeah, we are.
We look all hiding.
Greg, shut the fuck up because you keep going in and out. We're doing a state of because we're all hiding. We're all look like we're in hiding.
Yeah, I know.
Is that what you just said? Is that what Greg said?
I have great lines throughout this entire episode, and none of it's getting recorded.
Yeah, because you're an idiot who has to do it on his phone.
What do you want me to do? I don't own a fucking laptop.
You want to switch? I bet if I switch sides.
No.
Upstairs and
No. You're clear now. You're clear. Just talk loud.
I'm clear. This guy's breaking my balls.
Okay, beautiful. Does that come with fries?
See, that's what I mean. We got to give each other shit because of bad jokes like that, Matteo. No,
Okay.
Now I'm angry. Now I'm
hold on. Okay.
Okay, well, Rob, get something and you talk to me, Greg.
Rob, go fuck yourself with your Dr. Evil chair.
$1 billion.
Fucking chair like a fucking man. Fucking looking like he's about to fucking, I don't know, blow up fucking Ukraine. I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, I know. This episode's not our best stuff, but I think it has to be done.
I think it's going great. I have had great lines throughout the episode.
I know you have.
I give myself an A rating.
You should. Anyway.
No,
yeah.
What's the longest shit you ever taken?
I think the one like this morning tops it off.
Why? How long was it?
It was like a foot long.
Ooh, a foot long. Came out, yo asshole.
Yeah.
Every time Rob leaves the show, I talk to Matteo about his bowel.
Shit. I know. Oh, he's back. We can't do it.
I know. Now we have to. Oh, Dad's back.
What did I do?
No, but you'll hear it in post or when it's
All
up.
right. What are you guys talking about? Something that was filthy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm here to clean it up.
Okay. Department of Sanitation employee.
Should we address what happened on the last? Nah, maybe not.
What happened
on the last episode?
I think. Well, Nick said something. He said something.
We all said a lot of things, but I caught up a clip. Okay. All right. I'll ask. We'll address it. Nick Carra is no longer on the show.
Okay. Good.
I'm kidding. I'm joking. Yeah. So we the past episodes have gotten a lot more traction than we normally do, and of course we self-sabotage by not meeting in person and doing the next episode on Zoom, right? But that's all right. We just put out an episode Thursday.
We put out an episode Thursday, and I have the original episodes going up on Tuesday, Wednesday.
Right. So, and so we got more traction than we normally get.
200
obviously.
downloads, both on audio and video. So it's 400 people.
We're a new show or a new podcast and stuff. So we're sort of like, we're just trying to build a more of a devoted audience than a wide audience.
Yes.
So, I did cut up a clip of, I thought a very funny bit that our guest Dalton had about Nick Cannon. It was really funny to me. And I was like, this would play over pretty well. And in the bit, for whatever reason, Nick decided to tag Dalton's joke and used the term "a monkey's uncle."
I think so.
I think I should bleep that.
Well, that's what he said. No, but that's what he said, and I think it was misinterpreted because it was more. The bit was Nick Cannon was being cavalier about the death of his son.
Yep.
And Nick, for whatever reason, said "a monkey's uncle." I don't know why. It's not really the funniest thing.
It's not.
But it was misinterpreted by somebody that called it racist or something, and it was like, I don't think that's how he meant it. And we were just kind of harping. The humor of the show is to harp on things that we say that polite society thinks would be insensitive, and we kind of just exaggerate.
Right.
Nick Carra, I know him very well, and this man, he's no racist.
I can contest. He's not a racist.
He's no racist.
He's not.
I will apologize on behalf of him because he's on the show this week because we totally canned him for being too controversial. Well, let it be a lesson to people who want to do comedy and or also who want to develop a sense of humor. When someone's killing in the room with a bit and a creative thought, just sit back and you become an audience member now.
Sit back and relax.
What's that, Greg?
Sit back and relax and enjoy the show.
Yeah,
beautiful. Yeah.
That's what we did. Like, you don't see any of us. We're the three hosts of the show.
Right.
And Salty Dalty, he's doing his Salty Dalty stuff.
Fucking laughing balls off.
We're laughing our fucking balls off. And
that's what on the show, because I wanted to laugh my fucking balls off.
Yeah, that's why I want more people on this show, because we have a good time with our boys and stuff.
Yeah.
Like Salty Dalty's a great guest. We had Henley on a few weeks ago. And I'm really, what I'm most mad about is this communist traitorous pussy.
Right.
Yeah.
That canceled on us today because he doesn't realize the fucking balls off laughing session we would be having right now.
I think he realized that I personally was going to ask the hard-hitting questions.
Well, I think when I think of you, Greg,
let me say something. This guy, he's been on London Shock Jock podcast, so I don't know why he can't.
We're not a Shock Jock show. We're fucking. First off, we're a program.
We're a program. Yeah.
I didn't go to the Connecticut School of
Broadcasting
to be a
shock jock.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm a broadcaster / amateur journalist.
It's beautiful.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Okay. And the other thing about that guy, and you keep bringing up this London Shock Jock show.
Yeah.
Which one was that anyway? I don't even know what fucking was it? The Sherlock Holmes Comedy Hour?
No, it has a big following in London. Pretty much it's only a London thing, but it's enough of a fan base there to make it something worth of stature in England.
Do you know what this fella's name was?
No, but he doesn't go by his real name on Twitter.
Oh,
his name?
What's his?
It was Nick Carra.
What? Nick Carra. His name was Nick, apparently. Yeah.
Actually, Nick can play a young Vladimir Putin.
He could.
Yeah. Yeah, he could.
So, did I do a good job addressing the whole thing with Nick's controversy on
I would say yes, because that was not on us. That was on Nick.
Yeah, I mean, we said a lot of things during the show, but a lot of times we say things and we're just saying exaggerated shit.
I'm just trying to.
Those episodes, I didn't say much.
Well, I'm just saying in general.
I know what you're saying.
We make a lot of jokes and we're not really, we're just kidding.
Yeah.
And
I was only kidding.
We're only, yeah, exactly.
Look at the pelican go fly.
Yeah. I mean,
but
I just want to before we get into other shit. So who are we rooting for? The Ukraine or the Russia?
Basically, at this point, Ukraine and NATO. That's the only.
You're rooting for the Ukraine, Greg?
I plead the fifth.
You just don't. You just want to kind of sit back.
Yeah, he wants to sit back and not make an ass.
I don't have enough information on it. I don't speak with ignorance.
Yeah, no, he's going to, and we're gonna have another fuck up and have to apologize in 2 weeks.
None of my.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the Ukraine.
I met great Ukrainian people. I've met great Russian people, and I want to take in the memories I have with those people. I don't want to choose sides. I'm rooting for both.
Know what happened to me this week too, and me and Greg, we got really fucked over because we were actually supposed to go to Kyiv to open up for Louis C.K.
That's right.
And and he canceled the gigs.
What, you were really supposed to go?
Yeah, supposed to be his opener.
Oh, wow.
It sucked.
How'd you get that?
The only way, know how I got it?
Yeah, I was just wondering.
He said the only way you can open for me ever is if we go into a fucking war zone.
No, just whatever.
Yeah. And I had my top hat and my suitcase.
Long beige overcoat.
And my long beige overcoat. And Louis' agent called me. I didn't even get a person, Louis. And his agent, Dale.
We got the call from a payphone.
Yeah.
Outside of
I just thought it was really funny about Louis, and being in Kiev. If they take the capital, the only way he's going to get out is he has to get someone with a boat to drive him to Turkey.
I don't understand why he's going to Ukraine to do gigs. I guess they just like guys who play with their penis.
That was the one to hit. Finally, went out of the park, Greg.
That was a homer.
Yeah.
I just sat back and wait on that baseball and let it drop.
Wait, hold on. Let me tag it real quick.
Okay, do it.
I think what Louis did to me was fucked up because I was looking forward to bringing peace to Ukraine.
I just gotta go back.
You're gonna go to the bathroom?
No, I'll be right back. Yeah, I gotta go pee. Keep it going.
I think it was fucked up what he did to me, Matteo.
Okay.
Because I would have fucking destroyed harder than what. Fuck yeah!
Oh, that's beautiful. How do I process this? Anyway, yeah.
I would have destroyed harder.
You mean the two of you?
Yeah. The two of us would destroy harder than anything what's going on there. I would have been killing.
That's interesting. That's really interesting.
I don't think there's anything funnier than when there's a war going on and a comedian is like, "I'm going to bring peace there." Remember during Hurricane Katrina?
Yeah. What about
Richard Simmons?
I
right?
think. Yeah. It was Richard Simmons. Yeah. What about
that guy who claims not to be a homosexual?
Yeah, he never admitted it.
He went to Hurricane Katrina after everything happened, like a couple of days later, and he's just walking around crying, sobbing, and he was still wearing his little tiny shorts and his workout
leotard. Yeah,
and he's just crying. He's like, "Oh my god, this is terrible." And like Richard Simmons, people are looking at you like you're a fucking lunatic. Like, what are you even doing there? You think these people who lost all their shit, they're like, "Oh my god, Richard Simmons is crying. We have to hug him." You fucking weirdo.
He's at least a decent person.
Hell.
Well, he's from New Orleans, Greg.
I can give a shit where he's from. Stay home, Richard Simmons, and put some fucking clothes on and act like a man.
Did you see him hug his brother?
Clothes, very skimpily clad clothes.
He always
isn't his brother fat?
I'm not sure. I could Google it if I want to.
Richard Simmons used to be very heavy.
Yes,
did he go missing? Oh no! You know what's pretty funny about Richard Simmons is that he's so old now, and he gets abused by like his home health aide.
Yes.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
He does. Yes.
Yeah, he gets beat up by his home health aide because he needs assistant. He's assistant living or something like that, and they just beat the shit out of him all day.
Take this shit out of poor little ass Richard Simmons.
They mock him, they eat cheeseburgers in his face and stuff like that.
I like Richard Simmons' Def Jam bit.
He did Def Jam?
Yeah, he did Def Jam. He went up and he was like, "I ain't scared of you motherfuckers." Really? Is that Richard Simmons? That's his name? Because it sounds like
no, that's his name. Yeah, Richard Simmons.
That's his name. Yeah.
Def Jam.
The little Afro guy.
Yeah.
The fitness guy, the fitness guru.
Yeah, the fitness guru. Yeah.
The fitness guru. Howard Stern, he's like a big queen now.
Yeah, he is.
I was watching. I guess he's in studio again. Is he in studio?
Yep, he is.
Because I was watching him fawn over Ben Stiller's friendship with Pete Davidson. He's,
I love
fawning over it.
Yeah, do you, Howard? Go fuck yourself. Howard's a fucking off.
Yeah.
Well, everyone who works with him does say that. So
yeah,
I worked with him.
I'm officially.
I'll never turn shot.
You just
Greg, repeat yourself. You broke up.
Yeah.
I said I'll do the fucking Howard Stern show. Maybe I should have left it mute because maybe I want to do it one day.
Nah, I'm Team Opie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep doing your weird ass motherfucker.
So do you actually listen to Greg's show on Siri or not?
Greg Hughes?
No, Opie. His real name is
Opie.
Greg. Yeah. Do you listen to his thing on Siri?
What is it?
Sirius XM.
He's not on Sirius XM anymore.
No, they have all the episodes archived on there.
Well, I don't listen to it on there. He just goes on like Facebook Live and hilariously just sprouts out bullshit.
I know. I watch it.
I think it's very funny.
There was a great clip I watched recently where he's like, I guess because he gets comments and they ask him like ridiculous questions, and one of the questions was, "Do you think you still can take Joe Rogan? Can you still beat Joe Rogan?" And he's like, "Of course I do. Of course. I mean, I can't do it like this, doing a Facebook Live show, but you got to remember, man, I've been doing this since I'm 18 years old. Of course, I could take Joe Rogan." It's like, really, you fucking moron? You think you can beat Joe Rogan, who literally he's like the biggest story. I'm sure in the next couple of days, Rogan's gonna have a take on this whole Russian war with Ukraine and he's gonna say something.
I mean, we're stupid in the media.
But
I think the media is finished with him for the time being.
Explain.
I think that the media is going to focus mostly on the conflict in Eastern Europe right now, and that Joe Rogan, when he was in the news for how long it was,
2 weeks,
two weeks or whatever,
yeah.
I just think it was just a slow news period, and now they have something to actually report on.
It definitely was. It absolutely was.
Everyone knows that's how these media companies work, and that's why you can't. That's why all these people who had strong opinions about Rogan, right? They were completely wrong, because all you're doing is feeding into these
anytime a person speaks publicly about him, you're advertising him like we're doing now. So that's why I choose not to speak about him.
Well, I like Joe Rogan.
I know you do. I don't have a problem with that. I just think he shouldn't be talking about COVID.
Damn.
Well, I think he was just sort of discussing it with people you wouldn't normally see on the mainstream news networks.
And why is that?
Why did Rogan have those people?
No. Why are those people not in the mainstream? There are many ways to answer this question, but let's see if you get it right.
Well, I mean, that's just my opinion that they wouldn't have them on those networks because they don't really fall in line with whatever the other doctors are saying. And also, those networks have been wrong on a lot of things too. Fauci's been wrong. Brian Bixler was wrong and stuff, right? Brian Bixler, the old CDC guy. He's been wrong.
I don't recall. I'm
just saying they have been wrong about things. Not like they were correct about everything. So it's okay. And also, from what I understand, it's always good to get a second opinion from a doctor. And that's where.
How do you view Dr. Sanjay?
With who? Sanjay Gupta?
I think that's his name. I think this is his name.
He was on Rogan's show.
Yes, he was. But I'm like, Rogan, I remember watching that one, was not as embracive as his other medical guests. So I want to know, what was your perspective?
Go on. What?
What was your perspective on the episode when he had Dr. Gupta on?
Well, first off, the big takeaway from that episode, from what I remember, was Rogan confronted him on CNN lying about his own personal shit, where they try to say that he took ivermectin, right? And they said,
I don't remember that.
Well, that's what was the takeaway. I thought Rogan I think Rogan just kind of sits. The book on Rogan is just that he has a show where he kind of just sits there and nods while the guest talks. So just to blame Joe Rogan on like, oh, he shouldn't be talking about COVID. Well, he doesn't really say anything about COVID. He just has his guests on and they kind of do all the talking for him. And he just kind of nods and agrees. So when he had Sanjay Gupta on, it was a lot of that. It was just it was the same talking points. I just don't think there should have been any like legit backlash when Rogan has a guy on that I never really heard of, but the guy, Robert Malone, right? Dr. Robert Malone.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with him.
Well, that was the guest that that CNN decided to attack, and it was like, well, the guy I think he was nominated for like a Nobel Peace Prize not too long ago. He's part of the.
I'm not familiar. So if you could be telling the truth, I believe you are, but like I just don't know.
Right here, I think that they just were. The news was so slow for about 2 weeks, and they also feel threatened by Rogan because he gets so many listeners and stuff.
Oh, absolutely, that is an absolute fact.
But I think what they don't realize is that I'm more, and I think I'm more apt to agree with I don't want to say I'm more apt to agree with mainstream news networks, but when mainstream news networks validate stuff, I do have my I'm like, all right, CNN saying it, so okay, like, well, Rogan might get 100 million listeners a month or whatever, but a lot of people are listening for other reasons other than it's not like that's where we're getting our news from. And there's this insecurity because they used to do the same shit with Jon Stewart in the 2000s.
Yes, they did. Yeah, and he always denounced it. He said he would always tell people not to do that shit.
It was a comedy show, and people and Bill Maher embraces it. He's like, well, some people get their news from my show, and it's like with Joe Rogan, like I'm not listening to that show for the news. I just kind of have it on as background noise. I haven't really.
That's I feel like it should be, but it's like too much for other people. Like they elevate it.
It's not a news show.
It's not, but it's like it's so the way it works. He works as a current event show. Like it's not news,
right? And also like they're talking about him as if he's like this right winger, and he's not at all. Like
I yet to see proof of him being a Democrat. He's only had conservatives on the show. Very few Dems.
Okay, but wait 1 second. Like that doesn't make him a conservative.
It doesn't. No, by default, can make him one of two things.
And also, the people he's had on the show, like Ben Shapiro, other, I guess, conservative, Republican personalities.
Yeah,
I just likes talking to them. It feels that they have a better grip on radio. He's not a Republican. I don't understand this misconception.
Well, that's the issue. Like he says, I know for a fact he's anti-gun ownership. He's pro-drugs. He's pro-single-payer healthcare. Those are all. Yeah. But like he's anti-mask. He's anti-vax.
Right.
So like, yeah.
But the paradigm shifted so much in this new post-COVID era.
Yes.
Which is starting to slowly go away. So now if you're anti-vax or if you're anti-COVID vaccine, not anti-vaccine, if you don't trust the COVID vaccine, automatically now you lean right. And it doesn't make any sense to me because
which is really interesting to me. This is really interesting. Sam Harris was always a Republican. He recently became a Democrat. And
no. It's the other way around. He used to be a liberal Democrat.
And he was always registered as a Republican, even though he considered himself it's a whole thing.
When I used to listen to him, when he was on like Bill Maher's show, he always came across like he was a liberal Democrat.
I know, but I'm telling you, fundamentally, he was like one of those liberal conservatives, which is like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something.
I guess so. All right. I mean, I think that the paradigm is going to shift again, especially now.
Yeah, can you let me finish my statement? Glenn Greenwald was an active Democrat with the Hillary Clinton campaign before she ran in 2016. He's now an open Republican.
Yeah.
So everything went this way.
Yeah, and it's going to happen again, especially with this war in Eastern Europe, because now it's also and really, I think ideologically, we really only should land on one spectrum, and that is if you're pro-war or anti-war. So, like, I think that you're going to see a lot of liberals and conservatives once again moving over
into the same ballpark,
where they're like, you're going to see plenty of people who identify as liberals who are going like, no, send our boys there, send the troops there, and you're going to see a lot of people who tend to identify as conservative going, no, don't send our fucking guys there. We want to ice. We don't want anything to do with that. And I think that like a lot of the culture war and then into COVID is made people shift, and no one really is like, I don't care if you identify as anything. You say you identify as a liberal, but none of your principles have anything to do with liberalism. So, if you're going around,
what would you call liberal principles besides the stuff in the Constitution?
Well, besides that, allowing people, you want to accept people for what they are, and allowing people to do what they do and just carry out in their pursuit of happiness.
Okay.
Right, and I don't think you should get involved in other people's affairs. Allow people to live their lives the way they want to live them. You try to accept whatever, a lot of people will point to homosexuality, right? That was the old frontier.
It's not anymore.
not anymore because we become more liberal as a society.
I know.
I think that's a good thing, but there's
there's still a lot of people who hate gays. Let's not kid yourself about.
Of course, but I think it's not that if there are, it's not said out loud in polite society.
It's not,
and I don't think it should be. I think you just allow people to do what they want. Also, if you do dislike groups, keep it to yourself and try to be as civilized as possible.
That's my view. I'm not one of those people.
I don't care about anything.
I know.
But I don't know. Like, it's weird that these are two sides of a spectrum. It's just they cross over now, and it's like
certain issues we do. Greg, do you have something to say?
And then there's all this sort of Greg.
No.
Oh,
okay.
Listening?
Oh, yeah. There's all this kind of like you want to label people like, oh, that guy's conservative, that guy's liberal. It's like, I don't even know what those two fucking words even mean anymore. Who cares? It's all like I'm a Yankee fan or a Met fan. What's that, Greg?
But that's like me. I'm like, label me, motherfucker. I ain't afraid of that.
Yeah.
You think I'm afraid of labels? You can say whatever you want about me. I don't give a shit.
Damn, I wish I could have a cigarette with you, man. I wish I could have a cigarette with you, man.
Why you guys share packs?
I'm in my bedroom.
Okay.
Right now. I don't want to smoke in my bedroom.
I'm gonna fucking smoke in his bedroom, dude. But know what's funny about like when it comes to like hating a group? Like, there's certain groups you're allowed to hate.
Yeah.
Like the Amish people.
I don't know really that's a thing. I'm sure people do. I don't know if it's a thing.
You go to okay, Ray, listen. If you go to a bar and you're like, these fucking Amish people, fuck them. No one's gonna be offended. But if you turn around and you're like, well, especially the black ones, everyone will be like, holy shit, that is disgusting and terrible.
Yeah.
Wait, are you saying you're black Amish?
There's plenty. They're called the Crips.
Anyway, yeah.
We're just having fun over here. Come on, don't take us.
I know it's a lot of dead air right now. I'm trying to like look at some notes. We got like we got to do like 12 more minutes to get to the full hour, and I want to like.
You want to do the? I mean, we could have. I'm hanging out. We're having a good time.
I agree. Yeah, we can talk it out, sweets.
Yeah, there's no dead air. We're excited for the future of this program.
It is, yeah. The fact it got 200 downloads audio-wise and 200 views YouTube, and I suspect those are two different 200 people.
And baby.
What's that, Greg? Oh, you're looking at Frank, baby. This Frankie. Should we? Oh, we can tease next week's episode.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, next week. Well, not next week. On the 12th of March, you'll be uploading the episode with Frankie T, longtime favorite of the Greg and Rob podcast, Frank Terranova.
That's not next week. It's the following week.
I said that. I said March 12th.
Oh, I know. Yeah, no, I made a mistake. I thought it was next week. It's the following week.
Yeah.
This is all very. The program is picking up.
Too good.
Yeah, it is. I told you it would.
Yeah, no, I believed it. We wouldn't have. We've missed a few weeks when we before we got more attention, and we wouldn't do something like this Zoom thing.
We got to just keep momentum. Like if you're gonna cancel, we gotta
stay consistent. We have to stay consistent, and we're all like we're gonna smoke cigars and cheers with our champagne glasses. But Nick Carra threw us out on our fucking asses.
Okay. Well, he's the one who said it. Like.
No, I'm only kidding.
Okay. I couldn't tell.
Nick just couldn't have us by today, and we'll be back next week.
But we'll be smoking cigars soon.
Oh yeah, I'm not touching them until like anyway. I can't. We can't do next week because I have the thing on the 5th.
Oh right, I want to.
Right. Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out. Maybe during the week we can.
Yeah, we can zoom in at night or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we can
I want to talk about that real quickly. So, Matteo, you're not doing next week.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
you have to fill out a request form.
Will do.
Okay, and you have to fax it to me. I don't want to be.
I have a fax machine.
I want you to fax it to me, and because I don't want you to, because I don't want you to copy and paste and send it to me. You got to fax it to me.
Okay.
Request off.
Okay. Will do. Copy and paste.
And also, you didn't really give me enough notice. You only told me a couple of days ago. You should do it about 2 months' notice.
Okay.
When you have.
We'll do. We'll do.
Okay. As your boss. How am I supposed to know?
True. We can do it over Zoom next week. I can't be out Saturday for one reason, but like we can do a Friday night.
You have the day off. It's fine, but you're gonna have to be here the following week.
Oh, okay? Well, Frankie T, you know it.
And an hour earlier.
Fine, I'll do it. Let me see this.
And also, no pay next because you didn't build up. You didn't build up any.
Can you repeat that? You got cut off.
Sick leave.
Why do you keep going in and out? What's wrong? What's wrong with your phone? Matteo, what's wrong with his phone? Why does he keep going in and out?
I think it's because his Wi-Fi is turned on, and when you put it on cellular, it's better. Like your cellular plan data.
You said do you still have your Wi-Fi on, Greg?
I would have to check.
He doesn't kind of know how to do stuff like that.
Okay.
No, check now or
don't do it.
No. We have like 8 minutes left. Why would you check now? It's all right.
Exactly. Yeah. Whatever. The episode, what it is, and I'll try my best to smooth over it.
Yeah, anyway. I think it'll be fine. Why don't you dub your voice over Greg's voice and try to decipher what he was saying?
I've done that before for like certain video things, and it takes hours, and I'm just not willing to do it today.
Well, it wasn't something that I was realistically suggesting.
Oh, okay. Because I can do it, but I don't want to do it.
You know, we might be moving the show to Grove 34.
I know. You've been saying it for months.
Well, now they want us to do the show.
I know they do.
We do all the podcast bits where we threaten to move the show.
Yeah, I know.
Like we're moving it to Grove. It's been months.
I know. Anyway.
We're not resigning with Carra Studios.
Okay. Beautiful.
No, okay.
No, I think we'll be there.
Yeah, we should do it.
Yeah,
eventually. What you do? Just do when you guys feel it's right.
Oh, well, yeah. I guess I don't know. Everyone's cool. I'm happy with the show. We're having a great time.
Yeah.
I love podcasting, baby.
Yeah.
Frankie. Show him Frankie.
Right there.
This would have been the episode to have Joe Piscopo on. There we go.
That's another thing. Matteo.
Yeah, what about it?
Could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Could you tell Joe Piscopo I tell him to go fuck himself?
What happened? What happened?
Because again, I called him.
Yeah.
Had a great one of the greatest conversations ever. Probably, in all seriousness, probably the best conversation I ever had in my life. I called Joe Piscopo. And then as I'm about to hang up, he goes, Greg, do me a favor. Don't be late Monday. I'm like, what do you mean by that? And he's like, you're gonna come by my house in New Jersey and clean the sewers in the neighborhood. And I'm like, who do you think I am? He's like, you're the sewer guy, no? And I was like, Joe, I'm asking you to do my podcast. And then he's like, oh, no, I don't want to do that.
He's like, the sewer guy has a podcast now?
He's like,
no, I got his number for, sorry.
It was sewers? And I'm like, no, it's just three guys. We have a conversation, a few laughs. We laugh our fucking balls off. He's like, I have no interest in doing that.
Okay.
And I was like, you can come on. We can talk bodybuilding. He's like, I'm not into bodybuilding anymore. I have old man tits. That's what he said.
I'm so sorry that happened.
I didn't want to tell him to go fuck himself.
Wow.
Matteo, if you do, you tell him that Greg from Greg and Rob podcast.
Yeah.
And you were incorporated.
I thought you would want him because my father said he was at a meeting with him recently with a bunch of guys for like a fundraiser. So that's how I got his number. And I said, oh, you got his number? And I gave it to you.
He was telling me about that meeting too.
What did he say?
He said the butcher brought in Capizol.
What did he say?
He's like the butcher brought in Capizal.
I'm not familiar. Maybe my father knows a lot of people.
That's what he told me about the meeting. But I thought I had one of the greatest conversations of my life, and now this guy wants me to go over to fucking Bayonne and clean his.
I'm so sorry about that.
I'm not even a fan of Joe Piscopo.
Oh, I thought you were.
No, not at all. And he was convincing me that I should have been a fan this entire time.
Oh my God.
Until he asked me to do something ridiculous for him. And here's another thing about Joe Piscopo. He's very cheap because he wanted me to work below the minimum wage. He wanted to give me $10 an hour to clean his fucking sewers.
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm so
sorry.
To
negotiate because the initial offer was $8.50 an hour.
Yeah,
he's like, I won't do it anything less than $10 an hour.
He's like,
deal.
Wage.
I do apologize for that. I didn't think it was gonna go so sour.
To clean your fucking sewer. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll clean your fucking sewer, Joe. And a kick in the ass. Then, here's the best part. He's like, and then when you're done cleaning the sewer, come in the house. My wife will make the raviolis. And I'm like, Joe, after working a hard day, I'm not going to your house and eating raviolis with the enemy, your wife.
So sorry. Oh my God.
He's like, you come by, I show you old pictures of my bodybuilding.
Look how young I was.
Oh my God. I do apologize for this inconvenience.
He's like, I got home videos. We can sit down, we laugh,
I'll show you this video of Eddie Murphy going to my 7-year-old daughter's birthday party back in the 90s.
And by the way, on the phone with him, of course he had to drop names. He was like, Eddie. He's like, Eddie used to clean the sewers.
Yeah.
He's like, proud. I told Jim, I was like, Jim, you got to get in the sewer business.
Jim who? Jim who?
James Brown. He called him Jim Brown for some reason. Yeah.
Was he talking about Dan Aykroyd, but he kept saying Danny Aykroyd?
Yeah.
He kept saying, I know Danny Aykroyd a long time.
He's like, before I became a comedian, I was already a big fan of Danny Aykroyd. And I went up to Danny and I said, Danny, baby, you inspired me to become a great comedian. And you know what he told him?
What?
Tell him.
He said, go choke on a sandwich, Piscopo.
Okay.
You're through here.
I feel really guilty. I wasn't thinking any of that happened. My father's at a meeting with him, like at a dinner. He gave him his number. He said that was his agent.
I don't blame you, Matteo.
Yeah.
I don't blame Joe Piscopo mistaking me for some sort of scumbag who cleans sewers.
That went sour so unexpectedly.
I don't know why. I don't know what gave him the impression that I was a sewer cleaner when I
a gutter cleaner, basically.
Gutter cleaner. Yeah, I don't know what gave him that, but I spoke to him and literally I'm on the phone thinking this is top 5 greatest conversations in my life. I've had great conversations too.
Yeah.
None of that on air.
Greg, how long into the conversation did you start to think that this is one of the special ones?
Fucking seconds in. Seconds. I'm like
immediate connection.
Once he was like, hello, this is Joe, baby. I was like seconds in. I'm like, this is gonna be
the new Gene Dinopoli topping that.
Then minutes in, I'm like, I even said to him, confirmation, without any context. And know what he told me? He's like, my confirmation was great, baby.
That's all he said?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I was like, let's talk about God, Joe. And he's like, well, I'm a man of faith. I'm a man of faith. I was like, that Joe, this is going to be the beginning of a beautiful friendship. And then
I remember him saying, I heard the conversation after you said that. He said, I like that. I like that a lot, Greg.
Yeah.
And you guys continue to talk about religion.
Yeah. And then after that whole wonderful conversation, a wonderful back and forth, he's like, come over Monday, 8 a.m. and ready to clean my fucking sewer. And
your gutter, whatever. Yeah.
Gutter. Yeah. And I was like, Joe, that's not what I'm here for. And he's like, well, listen, he's like, you got to create a path on your own, buddy. And then I was like, all right, so anyway, this Monday I could go over to Joe Piscopo's house.
And we have a full hour. I'm going to cut it.